I was in the middle of making a video about Yannick and Ngakoue signing with the Baltimore Ravens from the Minnesota Vikings before the news came in that Dez Bryant actually signed with the Baltimore Ravens. So now I have to redo my video. This is exactly what happened in my Le'Veon Bell video. But they have both signed with the Baltimore Ravens, and now Yannick Ngakoue has made an already potent Baltimore defense more potent, and we have no idea how Dez Bryant's going to play. But if you are a fan of the team in the AFC, you should genuinely be scared. What's up, everybody? It's AC Analysis, and like I said in the intro, today I'm going to be talking about Dez Bryant and Yannick Ngakoue signing with the Baltimore Ravens. Dez Bryant signed off a free agency, and there were many rumors of him signing with the Ravens, and he just signed with them. But Yannick Ngakoue was one who he was with the Jaguars, then the Jaguars fell apart, and he signed with the Vikings, until eventually now he's going to join back his own old bud Calais Campbell, and he's going to go to Baltimore. And like I said in the intro also, I am very scared. But before we get into the video, if you guys enjoy consistent football content, liking and subscribing would be really helpful. We're on the road to 100 subs now, and every sub helps. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. Yannick Ngakoue was an elite pass rusher for the Jacksonville Jaguars, being a real stone in the Jacksonville defense that took them to the AFC Championship game in 2017. And he really made a name for himself in the NFL, averaging about 5 sacks a season, 30 tackles, and really showing that he is an elite pass rusher. And then eventually, the Jacksonville Jaguars, just 2 years later, somehow found a way to get rid of their entire defense. And now the Jaguars are pretty awful. But Yannick Ngakoue also ended up going out of town, and he was traded away from the Jaguars for a second-round pick and a fifth-round pick. And the Vikings, it looked like they had a good pickup, and Ngakoue was having the best season he's ever had. Just in 4 games, he had 4 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. You know, he was playing at an elite level. But then the Vikings, they played really bad. They were playing very bad this season. So then they traded away Yannick Ngakoue to the Baltimore Ravens for a third-round pick and a fifth-round pick. So basically what happened was the Vikings just replaced one of their second-round picks with another third-round pick. So in the long run, the Vikings did make a bad move. And the Baltimore Ravens, I think they got a steal. So Yannick Ngakoue was signed to a 1-year, $12 million contract. And if you ask me, that is underpaid for how well he's been performing. But as for Dez Bryant, his contract is not confirmed yet, and he's expected to actually be a practice squad player. In the offseason, he practiced with the Ravens quite a bit, and now he's going to sign in the practice squad. And I'm sure you guys all know who Dez Bryant is. He, started his career in 2010 with the Dallas Cowboys, and really became one of, if not the best wide receiver in the NFL, getting like 1,300 yards a season. But then after 2014, he had some injury issues. And then he's not played since 2017. He had a short stint with the Saints, but with the Saints, he was just on the practice squad. He got injured and never played. But now he's signing with the Ravens, and I think this is very good for the Ravens because signing a guy with the big of a name as Dez Bryant, Dez Bryant could start doing great out of nowhere. I don't know his contract, but I'm expecting him to make like less than $1 million a year. But honestly, with Dez Bryant signing and Yannick Ngakoue, I am excited and scared at the same time. The thing that honestly shocks me is that Calais Campbell was traded away from the Jaguars for a 5th-round pick, while Yannick Ngakoue was traded for a 3rd-round pick and a 5th-round pick. I understand that Yannick Ngakoue might be better, but the Jaguars really need to get better at trading away players because, Calais Campbell, he was worth so much more than just a 5th-round pick. And when I heard that Calais Campbell signed with the Baltimore Ravens for only a 5th-round pick, I was honestly like, what the heck? I'm sure that you could have gone like a 2nd-round pick for Calais Campbell. Sure, he's really old, but he's definitely worth more than a 5th-round pick. With Yannick Ngakoue being traded away from the Vikings, you really got to check the integrity of the Vikings locker room. Because the Vikings have started off the season 1-5 and are now at the very bottom of the NFC North, and they really haven't had much production whatsoever. And it's amazing to me how Mike Zimmer has been able to stay the head coach. Because just a few years ago, these guys were Super Bowl contenders. They had Case Keenum, Stephon Diggs, they had Adam Thielen. This team was really ready to win. And even last season with Kirk Cousins, these guys were playoff teams. And now all of a sudden this year they're 1-5. So Zimmer should be fired. But the fact that you just signed a defensive end and then you trade away your best defensive player only 4 weeks into the season, all I can say is they must have had some beef going on in the locker room, and the Vikings are definitely in rebuild mode. I mean, they're not going to be up and ready for a few years. And so the Vikings fans, I'm sorry, but your team is done for the season. You have no hope. It's pretty amazing to me how the Vikings have been able to start off from just a few seasons ago and last year being a playoff contender and a team that would often win games to now a team that is tanking and now throwing away all their most key components. You know what this reminds me of? This also reminds me of the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Vikings are done for the season. Hashtag fire Mike Zimmer. What does this mean for the Ravens now? Well, this means that I feel like the Ravens now have a better chance of winning the AFC North to the Steelers. The Steelers have been having a great season. Chase Claypool, Ben Roethlisberger, they are so good together. And they're currently leading the AFC North at 5-0, while the Ravens are 5-1. But the problem is the Steelers are missing their star offensive linemen, Mike Pouncey and David DeCastro. So with that crazy, pass rush that they got with Calais Campbell and Yannick Ngakoue, I really see it being very difficult for the Steelers to not be able to stop them. It's still going to be a close contention, but either the Ravens or the Steelers are going to make the wild card round. It's going to be one of those two. That's confirmed. The question is who's going to win the division. And right now I'm kind of leaning towards the Ravens because of that one pickup. The Steelers and Baltimore Ravens one is really a toss-up, though. We actually don't know how good Yannick Ngakoue is going to play because, it's going to be a new system for him. I just have a feeling that he's going to play well because he entered a new system with the Vikings and played really well, and he's played with Calais Campbell before, so they're going to have some synergy. And I have no idea if Dez Bryant's going to even play. The Ravens need wide receivers, so Dez Bryant has a chance of starting, but that, again, is also a toss-up. But with that being said, that'll wrap up this video. This has been AC Analysis talking about Yannick Ngakoue and Dez Bryant signing with the Baltimore Ravens. If you guys enjoy consistent football content, liking and subscribing would be really helpful. We're on the road to 100 subs, and every sub helps. And thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.